Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and as you can see behind me, we're going to be doing some dimension traveling. Oh yeah, today we talk about Mystcraft. I hope you guys are ready. So today we have lots to get done in our world, and I'm feeling a lot better. If you guys didn't know, the past few days I have really been struggling with sick. I kind of got sick over the weekend, and it's pretty much carried on all week. I have been absolutely out of it. And just recently got some meds, so I am perfectly fine now. Feel a lot better. My voice is back. Everything is back in business. And now I can start pushing out the videos like I've been doing normally. So today we're going to be working on a little bit of something different. We're going to be creating dimensions, and we need to unlock it in our prestige section. And you can see here, it requires 25 prestige points. And that's because there are some pretty overpowered things that you could technically create with the Mystcraft dimension. But the Mystcraft is going to be really fun to get into. Going into different worlds that are just being blown up and things like that are super fun. And I want to experience that with you guys. And plus, I want to show you guys and lead you guys through how to actually create and set up Mystcraft dimensions, you know, in case you're curious. Oh, by the way, don't mind my ComputerCraft Nyan cat, because it's minding its own business as well. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I need to start the parabox. I've got to let this parabox run for a little while. And I guess until then, I'm gonna hang out over at twitch.tv. If you guys haven't already followed me over at twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, I highly recommend doing so. You can find the link down in the description below, or it may be pinned in the comments, because during this video's when this video is published, I'm probably going to be live over there at twitch.tv. So if you guys haven't already checked me out over there, I highly recommend doing so. And if I'm not live, drop a follow, you know, that way you guys will be notified when I do go live. But anyways, let's get this done. So I did kind of go a little bit overboard, as I kind of forgot the time as I was letting everything build up, but I am back after letting this kind of idle for a little while, and we now have our prestige points, 32 to be exact. And I can now unlock Mystconnections, which unlocks Mystcraft. I have 7 points left. I don't know, I think we should probably invest it in something else, maybe fast forward, or maybe what grinds my mobs. This gives us access to mob grinding utils, which actually be really nice for some things. And then we can also produce more materials, which I don't know if we really need to do that at this point, since we are producing way more materials than I'll ever be able to use. So now we have Mystcraft unlocked. Let's take a look at Mystcraft. We can make linking books. We can make all kinds of different things, but unless you understand how to get into Mystcraft, you're probably going to be kind of confused. So let's talk about getting into that. And first of all, let's go ahead and start the production of a material that we're really going to need. And that's just going to require some water. So a bucket of water and some sort of platform. I think there is a floaty McFloaty block. Yes, a floaty McFloaty block. Let's go ahead and make this lovely thing. Do we not have feathers? Market seeds. That's perfect. So let's grab some seeds. Might need to make our own, unless this should be producing tons of seeds for us. I remember doing this. Perfect. So we'll throw some seeds. I just need to grab some feathers. Right. 1 seed equals feather. 64 feathers. That's perfect. And I don't think you can buy ink sacks in here, can you? That would be really nice if you could, but I don't think you can. No, unfortunately. Okay, and I don't think we get them anywhere else, because this does not produce ink sacks as far as I'm concerned. Nope. And we're going to need a lot of them. At least down the road we are. So let's go ahead and make that floaty McFloaty block. There we go. Floaty McFloaty block created. And then we're going to need some, like, dirt would be fine. Let's grab some dirt, or any block honestly would work. So we have some water, and what we're going to do is make a kind of easy farm. I know you can farm this thing with seeds, but that is not going to be as good as this. So I think we have a collector as well. So let's see. Or pickup. Is that what it's called? Oh man. Not called a hopper. Ah, this actually would work. So ender hoppers. We can make those pretty easy. Let's go ahead and just do this. So bam, we'll make an ender hopper and we'll just get a chest. And that should work very well for us. All right, so we can do that actually right here. Let's go ahead and break this down. We're going to place ourselves a little bit of water. And what we want to go to is about Y level 40-ish. A little below 40 in our Y level. Which I wish our coordinates popped up directly on the screen without using the map. I know we have access to the map, but this works just fine. So you can see we're at Y level like 30s. I think Y level 30 is going to be just fine. Perfect. We'll place down our floaty McFloaty block. All right, that'll be perfect right there. And that allows us to start doing this. Sort of build a platform around that water. Because what's going to happen is we're going to start getting some squid to spawn. Right? And they're going to fall down here and they're going to land on this platform and they're going to die from it. Which is exactly what we want. There we go. I'm going to extend this platform out by 3 on each side. And that should be plenty. And then just over here, I'm just going to place this chest. Right here with the ender hopper on top. And that should work. We do need like a torch. Because right now it is too dark here. I don't want hostile spawning. I just want some good old squid to spawn. Alright, so they should eventually start spawning. You know, as we're doing things, they should totally spawn passively. We just gotta kind of give it some time, I guess. So I actually found that I was having a little bit of a problem. And it's probably because I had so many passive mobs that were actually in my area. So what I decided to do was actually just go ahead and take out all of the passive mobs that I had here, including all my pigs. So all of my resource hog automation, I kind of removed it. I don't really need a lot of it. And there's going to be some specific amount of resource hog automation that we are going to have eventually. And we're going to put those in combat machines because right now there's really no need for me to be doing that. So what I did was went ahead and gave it a little bit more area because now that there's a little bit more spawning space, just by placing this over the edge, they are now spawning a lot faster. And if we go all the way down to the bottom, I just went ahead and created a small platform. And like that, we already have 13 ink sacs. And this is going to continue. As you can see, they just spawn and hit the ground and die. This is going to continue to keep going for as long as it's down there. So with this, that means we can kind of go ahead and jump back in to what I was planning on working on. So now we have the ink sacs. I know it's kind of taking away from everything, but we can get into Mystcraft. So Mystcraft is going to require a couple things. Leather is one of them, because we're going to need a lot of books. We're also going to need a little bit of wood and things like that, but mostly we're going to need glass bottles with ink in them, because that's going to be used for a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and make some of these main structures that we're going to be needing. We're definitely going to need a book binder. There we go. We're going to need an ink mixer. Which just requires stone. There's no way we don't have any stone. I guess we don't have stone production made. Interesting. So, I mean, we can get some stone. That's not a big deal. So, Mystcraft. We also need a little bit of book stands. We're going to make these as we need them. I just wanted to show you that they exist. And then we have a writing desk backboard, which we're going to need leather for. To get leather, or at least the easy way to get leather, is to make a dehydrator here and just fill it with rotten flesh. I have tons of rotten flesh from the mob farm grinding that I was doing. So yeah, we're going to need a lot of that stuff. So let's go ahead and make that writing desk backboard. There we go. And we're also going to need a writing desk. All right, so I think that's most of the stuff that we need, other than the stone that we were needing. There we go. And that was for the ink mixer. Perfect. So ink mixer, all that's good, right? And then we have the link modifier, which is stuff that's involving the crystal stuff, which is more advanced and later on. All right, so I do have a little area over here that I would like to kind of set this up. First of all, let's go ahead and place the writing desk. Look at that pretty thing. We go ahead and place a backboard on it. It makes it look even cooler. Then we have the book binder and we have an ink mixer, right? And then of course we can put our favorite book like right here or whatever we want to do. But this right here is how you use this to sort of create your dimensions. This right here is how you kind of, you can copy your different books and different dimensions, which we'll get into. And this is how you get started with making your books in the first place. All right, so we're gonna need some paper, which we have a little bit of, but of course we can craft more of that. We're gonna need a lot of it, by the way. So we have paper, we're gonna need some of that ink, which I believe is just ink in a bottle. Or I guess maybe you put ink directly in here. If I remember correctly, we have to use this in order to make, let's see, I think it's part of Mystcraft and yeah, ink vial. There we go. Okay. So yeah, it's 2 ink sacks, or yeah, 2 ink sacks and a bucket of water, I guess. Okay. Well, that's not that difficult. But we are going to need a bit of it. We totally should have some buckets. There's that. And we're just going to drain out all of the buckets that we have, I guess. Perfect. So that gave us, what, 16 plus 5? These stack by 16. And these will go inside your ink mixer. You can see here, we have ink in here now. And what we can do is put paper in here, and that's going to give us a linking page. If you want to, I can actually close out this so we can see it a little bit better. You can hit Control-O to actually remove your JEI if you want to. But yeah, this creates a linking page, right? And this linking page can be put here, right? Inside this. And if we just get ourselves a book, let's do book or paper, actually. I think it's just paper. No, it's a book. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some books. I think the auto crafting method for this might be the best way to make books. Like this, we set up an auto craft for that. String is something that I don't think we have an auto craft for, but we should. We have a bunch of string coming in, so I'm not worried about that. Paper's already auto craftable. Bam, we have ourselves books ready to go. So I went ahead and got the books auto craftable, which is pretty simple to do. And we're also going to need to grab our leather out of here. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Now we're going to take this linking panel here. And like I said, you get the linking panels just like that. You can actually throw them inside here. We're actually going to take this linking panel out ourselves. We're not going to put it inside the book binder yet. This is going to be something later on down the road. But we are going to need to go ahead and create ourselves something called an unlinked link book, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to find a place. So like right here is pretty nice. And we're going to hit Control, or we're going to hold down Shift and right click. This is going to link this book to this dimension. I don't think it links it to the direct point. I think it links it to wherever your bed is saved at. Or at least that's been my case since trying this out. But it may take you right back to where we're at. It all depends. We'll find out here in a little bit. So now that we have this, we're going to use this because we definitely need this. This is the only way to get back after traveling to a new dimension. So let's go ahead and take out another linking panel. This is where we get into some weird stuff. I think this is leather as well, and this is going to make a descriptive book. The descriptive book is how you get to the other dimensions. And we need to go into at least one dimension before we can start building our own dimensions. So let's hope, like I said, it's not always guaranteed. That's why I said we need a lot of these book stands, just because we're going to be sorting through different worlds. This one right here, and because I didn't name it, it doesn't have a name, it's just Descriptive Book. And that's fine for your first one, but you may want to start naming after that. What you want to do is place this into a book stand, right? And you can open this up, and you have a spot here. You do not want to click that black spot until you are absolutely ready to go. We're going to need some torches, or a torch launcher, in our case. And I'm probably just going to go ahead and throw the rest of the stuff in here. Because this could be a pretty nasty world. This can be a really nasty world. We have flight, we have night vision. We are pretty good, to be honest. And this should actually be pretty easy, or a pretty easy adventure for us. So make sure that you have a linking book, because if you don't, you're going to regret it, because you're going to be stuck there and you're going to have to figure out a way to create your Mystcraft stuff and get all these basic materials from that world, which may be awful to come back to. So let's jump into our first world, and then from there we're going to figure out what all we need to do. So to do that, we just click here, and when we click into this box, it is going to take us to an entirely new dimension. Guys, I mean, this is some deep stuff, right? So here it goes, and we're going to wait for the world to load in. Sometimes it can be kind of laggy, and it all depends on what world type. Now, this actually is a really good world type to start off, depending on if it gives us any negative effects, which from what it looks like, it's not. So it looks to be like an ice biome with what seems to be packed ice. I believe that is packed ice. Nice, which is perfect. Getting some nice packed ice would be nice. What we do want to do, though, is make sure we know how to get out. I'm going to go ahead and leave my linking book here. The problem with me not bringing a stand with me, which I should have done, is that when I place this down, it's actually an entity. So something can kill it if it really wanted to. But what we're looking for is this right here. That's why I said this is a really great world, because we're looking for a tower like this. So you're in every world you spawn into, there should be one of these. And this is what you want to find. You want to hop in here, and you want to take all of these things off the lectern. And I do recommend breaking all the bookshelves, because there's normally a chest in here that has even more, and some sealed notes and all of those other goodies. So what you're going to do is take all these out. Very simple. Could break them if you wanted to. I'm just going to take them out. And all of these are different modifiers, or at least you can consider them modifiers, for different worlds that we can create. So you can see here we have Obsidian block, we have lacking medium features, we have cave world, lava block, fast water, and we want to look for some different material worlds. So this one that's Obsidian is really nice. And birchwood, that's a page that's going to define a material. So if we go into that world, there's going to be at least some feature that has that. So like a feature of this world is going to be that netherrack pillars. There are netherrack pillars, and whatever these are called, these spike features, this is packed ice. And then this world is going to be considered, like a flat world, or maybe just an ocean world that has these little orbs in the sky and things like that. I don't know what this is. This is like, is this andesite? Yeah, andesite and limestone. Like, these are all features of this world. So let's go ahead and head down. And I think underwater should be about the same. Look at the particles float. So yeah, underwater, nothing special. I think it goes down to void. So yeah, that's pretty dirty. All right, so what I want to do, I'm going to actually head up to one of these pillars. Or actually, let's go back to our regular area here. Looks like there's a little snow on the ground as well. So we can go ahead and clear this up. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on the ground. Now this is, like I said, is going to just open up. And when we click this, it's actually going to drop it on the ground. And yeah, it does spawn us back at our bed. So just keep that in mind. It spawned us at our bed. And we kind of want to do this a couple times until we build up a nice library of materials. I'm going to go ahead and get a cabinet. And I think cabinets look pretty good. And we can decide whether or not we want to keep this book or not. And you can see how kind of spawns in the world here. I'm going to kind of leave that there for right now. Not going to hurt anybody. And place this here. Perfect. And this gives us a good place to kind of store and organize our materials. Now, inside these sealed notebooks, we can open them up, and there's even more materials in here. All kinds of different ones. Chocolate liqueur block. Nice. Birch forest, and these are different biomes, but like you're going to find a bunch of these folders in those dimensions as well. Awesome. So what we need to do is make another linking panel, get ourselves some leather, right? Repeat this process. And we'll call this like age 2. It's our second age, because we don't know what these are. These are mystery ages. Make sure we don't forget to make a just regular linking under unlinked book and then link it to this dimension. So don't forget to do that. And then we're actually going to head into another area, and we're going to hope to find even more. And then in this process, we're going to be making books. So let's go ahead and do this again. And this time I have a book stand on me, so I should be fine. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, so we're in some kind of snowy biome. I'm not taking any negative effects. Well, actually, it looks like my character. Okay, so everything's sort of starting to show up. Wow, this is Obsidian. This is like some kind of Obsidian level. What is up here? Okay, so this is kind of a crazy one. This is like a snowy. I'm sure this is like. I bet the render is loving all these snow particles. This is wood. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have oak logs that are being generated in this dimension. Like I said, you can get some really crazy dimensions. There's even some that would like just be destroying everything and just be breaking all over the place. Looks like we got some more of those other pillars. Now, what is this made out of? Maybe a different material. Oh, nether brick block. Okay, and we're also, like I said, we're looking for that same tower. So we need to kind of we need to find that central area. It's usually not very far away, but it can be kind of hard to tell where exactly it's at when you have dimensions that are spawning like this. Ah, here it is. So yeah, it's always going to have a big old base on the bottom of it as well. Looks like there's a mob potentially in here that spawned. Yes. Wow, we have a bacon donut. Sorry, bacon donut. Did not mean to do that. Alright, so like I said before, we clear this out. And we pop in and we find all of the loot that we need. We need all of these pages. So yeah, we just keep doing this until we get a pretty good amount, and then we can actually build our own and hope for the best. So now that I have a few pages and I've went to a couple of other dimensions, speaking of dimensions, this one's a very weird one. It's a cave. We can actually start to kind of build our own. And this is going to be kind of a weird thing to do, but like we are really going to jump in here and try to build our own. I don't remember. Yeah, we can put these collection folders in here, and it allows us to kind of sort through our books a little bit easier, and we can actually pull out individual pages, and it just helps us kind of sort things. You can put these folders in here and scroll through, right? And we have more down here. And if you wanted to, you could technically go, all right, I'm going to put like only certain things in this one and only certain things in this one. You kind of organize them a little bit if you wanted to, and you can kind of search for things. So that's kind of a helpful tip if you really want to do that. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. We're going to go through here and we're going to pick a few things that we might want. And I'm pretty sure we're able to copy these as well. I don't remember if it is a linking page that you put in here. Linking page, and then you take one of these. Don't remember if it's a linking page or how you actually copy this. Is it a piece of leather? Maybe a piece of paper, actually. Just a regular paper to copy. But I do know the copying is enabled. So you should be able to copy. And this might need to be up next to the ink mixer, maybe? I don't know, but I do know you can copy from here. If you guys know how to copy, let me know down in the comments below. I know you guys know how to do it. Or if you haven't, you'll probably look it up for me. But yeah, I do know you can do it from here. I don't really need to right now, so I'm going to be skipping that part. But anyways, that is a big part of this. Sometimes some packs it's disabled in. This pack, it's not actually disabled. So pretty nice and can be very powerful actually. So let's take a look at this. We can kind of choose anything we really want to do here. I might actually do this chocolate liqueur block and see what that gives us. But be careful, when you make your own world, you kind of can get some weird things to happen. You have these modifiers that can affect things, and I might want to take a clear modifier. This like modifies specific things. Rainbow, I'll try rainbow. Twinkling stars, we can do that as well. Let's see, nether brick block. This is the cold taiga, specific biomes. Molten boron block. This is the one that I actually really want to try because boron is actually very important to us, and getting it in block form is really nice. But man, I would actually prefer to copy this over. But I'm not sure if this requires some of this ink or not. It does. So can we put this in paper? So what do I do here? Leather? Man, I really want to know. Because can't put that here. I can put paper in here, which makes me think I can copy it that way, but I can't. Okay, so after me doing a little bit of my research, I figured out how this thing works fully. And I really do need to know this. So you put paper in here, and what you can do is I can just keep copying this. I put the boron back over here in a folder, and if I right click on it, it actually copies it directly. So now we have a bunch of these boron pages. Perfect. So also another thing, let's go ahead and take this descriptive book off of its stand. You can do that by just literally pulling it out here, and we should be able to take a descriptive book that we just made and put it in here. And this should actually show, I guess it shows the page in here. It used to show the available pages that were in it, but I guess that may have been changed. But anyways, we can still put this, not linking panel, but this in here. There we go. All right, so we're going back to making our own. And I wanted to copy the boron, so that's how you do that. You just right click on one that you want to copy, and you can copy it there. Perfect. So we have boron, we have chocolate there, we have a rainbow, and we have twinkling stars. Now what we can do here is we can build our book off of this, right? And if we do that, it's going to fill in, you know, like the rest of the parts that needs to make a world. I don't know if I want to let it do 100% of that. We can make it do a specific biome if we want. So let's see. We can give it other materials as well. Or we can just let it choose our stuff. I think we're going to let it choose. Since we can copy these, I think we might as well let it choose. So I'm going to put this in with rainbow, then twinkling stars. Actually, we'll do twinkling stars, then rainbow, then chocolate, then the boron block. And then what we can do is put a blank linking panel in here. Actually, did that linking panel copy from that? I think it did. Wow, that linking panel actually copied. Putting a linking panel in here doesn't do anything, does it? No. Wonder where that linking panel come from. Anyways, I'm going to pull another linking panel. I wonder if I can take this linking panel. Ah, I can. Perfect. All right, so we're going to take this one. And we are going to make a book here. Oh yeah, we need a linking panel first to go in here. So twinkling stars, rainbow, chocolate, that, leather just needs a name. So I guess we can do boron. Like that. Pull that out and see where this takes us. This could take us somewhere very weird. So you can see this one says boron. We can throw that in there and make sure we link this. And let's go ahead and go and hope. Now, I should stress this. We are a Android, right? So we can't take effects like poison and stuff. I noticed that while I was doing some testing in a world that because I'm an android, I'm not actually taking poison effects or potion effects or anything like that. So, which is kind of awesome in some rights. It really is kind of cheaty for this world, because like this world creates and it gives us hunger. We don't have to worry about it because we just don't take that effect. You can see right now I'm just charging, is what I'm doing, because I was down to like 70%. But yeah, that's super cool that we can go through Mystcraft and it doesn't matter if the world has bad potion effects or not. All right, let's go ahead and try this out for ourselves and see what this has in store for us. Okay, so I already see the rainbow. It does take a little bit of time for the world to load up. I'm just curious to see how this boron is generated. Okay, so all right, we have some spruce. Is it liquid boron? It might be molten boron. Molten boron. Okay, so it generated molten boron for us with this giant rainbow, which looks absolutely amazing. And we have spheres of polished diorite. This is actually not a bad dimension, to be honest. This is a giant pool here, and we spawn on this giant stone platform that is no more. So yeah, and we also need to kind of search around in here and always look for that temple, because that thing is going to be very important. So I ended up finding that lovely building, so I was able to get my pages, but I did want to show you this. This is the chocolate liquor that is in here, and it's from Nuclearcraft. I don't have a clue what it's used for, but it is in here. And then I noticed the twinkling stars are in here. You can see the stars are twinkling right there. Pretty cool stuff, I have to say. I don't know if I need to find exactly where my platform was, even though it's probably around here somewhere. I'm just going to go ahead and drop the book, because I'm going to make a new one. This dimension is going to be saved, because what I want to do next episode is potentially come here and extract that, or set it up to extract that boron and put it to good use. I want to take that boron and actually turn it into ingots and stuff. So that'd be a fun thing to kind of automate, and I want to show you guys the process of doing so. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.